Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Well, last night, a gutsy Wandy Peralta finishes it off, striking out Rafael Devers, giving the Yankees a victory behind that man's 2 home runs. As the Yankees get closer to an American League East title, and Aaron Judge gets closer to Roger Maris. And it is time for baseball, as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Boston Red Sox in the final game of a 2-game set from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with David Cohn and John Flaherty. I'm Michael Kay. How often does the Yankee team win a game? And that's the sidebar. The main story now is Aaron Judge and his amazing pursuit of Roger Maris's American League record of 61 home runs. He got 2 closer yesterday.
He really did, and it was a couple of days before Aaron Judge hit a home run, but you thought coming into Fenway Park, the Green Monster would be just what he needed. He decided to go the other way for his first home run of the night. That's number 56, a line drive into the Red Sox bullpen, and then later on, now the Green Monster comes into play. No doubter for Aaron Judge. Another big night, couple of home runs, a celebration, the jump shot, swish, and the high five to a fan. Big night for Aaron Judge.
Big night indeed. So these are the most home runs to 142 team games. Judge with 57, on pace for 65. Sosa had 59 in 99 and 58 in 98. Mark McGwire had 60 in 98 on his way to 70. And Barry Bonds had 60 in 01 on his way to 73. And that is the record. So that's the Aaron Judge portion of the story. Now the Yankees are getting closer to clinching the American League East. They're 15. That's the magic number, 15 over the Toronto Blue Jays, and now they'll turn to Nestor Cortez.
Yeah, Nestor Cortez did not miss a beat coming off the IL for 2 weeks. Really showed that was more of a rest period for Nestor Cortez than a real serious injury, as he retired everybody through 4 innings, 12 straight that he got down, and then in the 5th inning he gave up a couple of base runners and they got him out of there because he was on a pitch count. But Nestor looked like Nestor, did not miss a beat. All the stuff was there.
Let's take a look at the numbers. Again, curtailed because of the time on the IL. 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, didn't walk a batter, struck out 2. He threw 58 pitches in that one. So many stories around the Yankees. One of the big stories is Gleyber Torres has been having a really rough second half of the season, but not lately. He has helped carry this Yankee team. Meredith Marakovitz has more when we return right here on Yes.
Final game of the short 2-game series with the Boston Red Sox coming your way in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. Gleyber Torres was clutch last night. In the 10th inning, his bases-clearing double gave the Yankees the lead and ultimately the win. I spoke to Gleyber after the game, who talked a little bit about his approach heading into that at-bat.
I know they walk Yogi, and I saw all the pitches when the familiar throw to Stanton, and just take a look at every pitch, and I know he throw many balls, so and just go with that plan, go to the home plate and just try to hit the ball to the other way. I mean, he throw me the pitch I can hit, and I do damage.
I would talk about when he's right, you want him up in those kind of situations because he's going to give you a good at bat against a tough pitcher, and he's capable of that. And that was exactly that, to take that sinker and stick it into right center gap with the way he did. It was a big time at bat and a big time situation.
And Torres has looked much better at the plate lately. Over the last 3 games, he's hit 2 home runs and driven in 8, and he said he is feeling much more confident when he steps into that batter's box. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by John Flaherty and David Cohn. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Of the Yankees, beautiful night, 75 degrees. There's no chance of rain tonight. Humidity 51%. The wind out of the west-northwest at 10 miles per hour. So the Yankees won the first game 7-6. in 10 innings, looking for a sweep for this 2-game set. Tomorrow is an off day for the Yankees, but they will travel to Milwaukee tonight, and then a 3-game set against the Brewers in Milwaukee over the weekend before returning home. Well, you see the Red Sox are taking the field, so why don't we take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. Aaron Judge in center field leads off. The DH is Giancarlo Stanton. Gleyber Torres at second, Josh Donaldson at third. Oswaldo Cabrera in right field batting fifth. Batting sixth, the shortstop Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. The number 7 hitter, first baseman Marwin Gonzalez with a big 2-run home run yesterday. Jose Trevino will catch and bat 8th. And back in the lineup after his pinch hit walk yesterday is the left fielder Aaron Hicks. And Aaron Judge strides out of the dugout, getting prepared to lead off against the Red Sox youngster Brayan Bello. And the eyes of everyone on that man, and he'll be facing that man, David.
Indeed. Young prospect, you can see on the year since he's broken in. This will be his 8th game started. The number that jumps out of there is there's one big 0 down there. No home runs given up in his major league career so far. And he has been and is a top prospect. He was a top 50 prospect ranked by Baseball America, number 21, and MLB.com had him at number 37, the top Red Sox prospect. He's got a great changeup, and so far that's really been true to form. Opposing hitters are batting just 189 off of that pitch, and as I just showed you, something has to give because he hasn't given up a home run, and that guy batting second tonight, or batting first actually, he hits a lot of home runs, so something has to give.
Let's take a look at the defense that will be behind Bello, and it's brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Pham is in left, Refsnyder, the former Yankee, in center, Verdugo over in right. In the infield, it's Devers, Bogart. Kike Hernandez shifts to second, Arroyo at first, Wong behind the plate, catching the youngster Brayan Bello. Well, he is the talk of baseball with 57 home runs, just 4 away from tying Roger Maris for the American League record. Most home runs in the season, that would be 61. He set that in 61, which was and is 61 years ago. Judge is ready. Bello is ready. And let's do it here in Boston. Swing and a miss, we're underway. Nick Morley, the home plate umpire. Paul Clemens at first. Quinn Walcott at second. Crew chief Mark Wegner is at third.
Well, David, you talked about the great changeup from Bello. He also throws 96, 97 with a little bit of movement, has a slider, but he's walked 20 in 37 1/3. So we always say our opposing pitcher's going to pitch around Aaron Judge. I don't think he has the ability. He's just chucking it up there right now.
Grounded foul outside of third, so 1-2.
Yeah, there's your answer right there. I mean, he's trying to throw strikes. The last thing you want to do is get the leadoff batter on when you're a rookie trying to have a good outing. We'll see how he tries to put away Aaron Judge here. If he goes to that great changeup or not.
He did. Missed inside, 2-2. Now, giving up number 58 is not going to get you on a highlight reel for all time, but you wonder if Judge does hit 60, 61, or 62, how pitchers will react and whether or not they will challenge him or if they want to be part of a poster for all time.
Well, it feels like we've been talking for a month. When are opposing pitchers going to start pitching around him? Well, they keep coming at him, and he keeps making them pay the price. So you'd expect Bello come right at Judge here, 3-2.
Grounded to third, Devers. 1 out. It's time right now to check out the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, I was just talking about, is Alex Cora going to pitch around Aaron Judge? And David, you talked last night that he said he's not. He didn't. Gave up 2 home runs. And then the next step for Nestor Cortes, 58 pitches in his last outing after 18 days off. You'd like to get him in that 70 to 75 pitch range. And for Aaron Boone, this is another aggressive bullpen game. You have a day off tomorrow. You used 5 relievers last night. Doesn't much matter. You can empty the bullpen again tonight.
Stanton takes inside 1-0. One. Now, Cora said something very interesting after the game yesterday about Judge. He said, "This is the best I've ever seen him." He said there are still spots where you could get him out, but interpret what he meant by this. He said, but he's so out in front that he can still get to those balls that you could get him out on.
Out in front?
I think that was the word he used, yeah.
Well, I need to go down to Alex Cora's office after the game and find out what spots he's talking about, because I've watched this guy all year long and I haven't seen any spot that you can just go to constantly get him out.
You know, Aaron Judge mentioned it about Gleyber Torres, and sort of this buzz phrase is they're loading sooner, getting quicker, getting ready sooner. So their load is happening sooner. And that's one thing that the Red Sox mentioned the last time that we were here, that it looked like Aaron Judge was getting ready sooner, getting his coil sooner, getting his leg kick going sooner. And that's the same thing with Gleyber Torres. That's what Aaron Judge said about Gleyber.
Fouled away.
So it's, you know, Flash, as you know, it's all about timing and syncing up your swing. We hear that from hitters all the time.
Yeah, we've been hearing it forever.
So, you know, maybe starting your leg kick sooner is the key. Because if you're late with that process, then that throws everything off.
If you're late, you're going to be quick. If you're early, you're going to be slow and easy, and you land on your front foot. Your head doesn't move. Everything falls into place.
Strike 3. Stanton down looking.
Yeah, good movement on his two-seam fastball as this ball runs right back to the outside corner. Clearly a strike.
You know, I talked to the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley right before this game, said, give me a scouting report on Bello. He said, big arm, and he could throw a gem. You just don't know, right? He's a wild card because he'll walk so many, but if he's on top of his game, he's got great stuff.
Chopped to third. It's a foul ball. Glove there by Devers. Devers doesn't agree with Mark Wegner. Wegner looks somewhat bemused. It was foul.
Clearly foul.
Oh, and 2.
So the key is get that started sooner right there.
You see, that one was rushed. You got away with that, Gleyber. That ball was up in the zone because you can tell everything was rushed quick. See if it makes an adjustment here, 1 and 2.
Well, here's the exact quote from Cora. It's in Lindsey Adler's story in The Athletic. He said, this is the best I've seen him, talking about Judge. You can still go to certain areas, but he's early enough that he's making decisions way early, like I'm not swinging at that pitch. Bello deals. 2 and 2.
I think what he means is exactly what we were just talking about, getting ready to hit earlier, and then therefore you can lay off tough pitches.
3 and 2. Josh Donaldson waits on deck. And there's a base hit. He goes the other way. cut off by Refsnyder, who'll get the ball in, and Torres with a 2-out single.
Well, this is becoming a common theme for Gleyber Torres. Last night, that double that he rocketed to right center field cleared the bases. This 2-strike hitting, and what David's talking about, leg kick, get it out of the way early, then you can just react. Up, get it down, see the ball, and just drive it the other way.
Pretty smooth looking there.
Here's Josh Donaldson. Arroyo holding on Torres at first. Just underway here at Fenway. Bayo deals. High fly ball, center field. Refsnyder in dead center puts it away for the final out. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Jumped on the first pitch, did Donaldson. Fly ball out. Red Sox come to bat. Tommy Pham in left will lead off. Alex Verdugo in right. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop bats third. Cleaning up, third baseman Rafael Devers. J.D. Martinez, the DH, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing center field, Rob Refsnyder. Christian Arroyo at first base will bat seventh. Batting eighth, playing second base, Kike Hernandez, and Connor Wong will catch and bat ninth.
And here he is, Nestor Cortes, towing the slab at Fenway Park here tonight. Be his 25th start on the year. Still a pretty full workload, even though he was on the IL for 15 days. In our scouting report, he didn't miss a beat. He mowed through 4 straight innings perfectly and then gave up a couple of base runners in the 5th. We told you in the pregame, and came out of the game on a pitch count. He is a major postseason piece. I don't know where he's going to slot in, either the 2 or the 3 spot. Be interesting to see. And no left turn. Left-handed batters batting just 118 off of him this year.
And the pitch to Tommy Pham is low. Pham 245 overall, but he's a 294 hitter against lefties. Grounded sharply, diving stop by IKF. Fires to first. Got him. Nice stretch and a scoop by Gonzalez, and an excellent play by Conafalefa. Take a hit away from Pham.
Fenway Park, the infield always plays fast. That ball got to IKF in a hurry. Pham hit it right on the nose. Lays out the throw across a diamond. Usually Rizzo's there to take care of it. Tonight it's Marwin Gonzalez. Excellent defensive play, and how quickly he got rid of it. You chuck it in the dirt, hoping your first baseman could pick it. He did. Nestor Cortes loves it.
Here's Verdugo. Lined into center field. Judge got a good jump. He's there for the second out. Let's check out the entire Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Hicks, Judge, and Cabrera. That's left to right in the outfield. Infield, Donaldson, Conafalefa, Torres, and Gonzalez third to first. Trevino back behind the plate, catching Nestor Cortes.
Got him popping up, Coney. 3 pitches, 2 rockets. 2 outs, you'll take it.
Well, they know Nestor throws strikes. I mean, they get the scouting report on him, so they're swinging the bat. Red Sox are always a good fastball hitting team. It's a good challenge for Nestor Cortes here at Fenway.
So here's Bogaerts. And a strike. 4 pitches, 3 strikes for Cortes. And another strike, 0-2.
One thing Nestor has shown this year is the ability to make adjustments on the fly. If he sees they're getting on the fastball, he'll start spinning it. He can change course in a hurry.
Swing and a miss. 6 pitches. Cortes retires the Red Sox in order. 1, 2, 3. Bogaerts strikes out. We go to the second. 2022 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, which recognizes players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLB.com/Clemente21. People who win that award cherish it. It is a very coveted award. It means that you're doing good things in your community and helping people through your fame and your baseball skill. Pitch outside as we start the second inning with Oswaldo Cabrera at the plate. 5, 6, and 7 in the Yankees order. 1-1. Mentioned in the open, the Yankee Magic number is 15 over Toronto. So any combination of Yankee wins and Blue Jay losses adding up to 15, the Yankees get themselves the American League East title. Slow roller up the first baseline, but it kicks foul. Yankees have a 6-game lead over both Toronto and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's played one fewer game, so they have one fewer win, which to be made up.
It's no small thing what you guys were talking about last night, that the Yankees came back and won that game, and Toronto and Tampa Bay banged heads. Couldn't have been a more perfect night for the Yankees.
Swing and a miss. Cabrera down on strikes, one away.
Little slider, you can see the gyro spin on the breaking ball. Getting Cabrera to chase.
So here is Connor Falefa. Last 8 games, he's 11 for 30. That's 367. Let's get a scouting report on the home plate umpire, Nick Morley. He's pitcher friendly, more outside strikes from left-handed pitchers, more low strikes on right-handed batters, and Nick in his 6th big league season. Grabbed there by Bayo. 2 away. Here is Bayo's arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, for me, you know, he does throw 2 different kinds of fastballs, but the changeup is what stands out. That's what his signature pitch is. That's what he wants to get to. It's his best secondary pitch, but we've seen some 4-seamers at 97, 98 so far tonight, so he's feeling it. He's pumped up.
Well, I was just going to mention the slider is a lot better than I was told it was going to be. It was fastball changeup, but he's got Cabrera on the slider, IKF on the slider, so a good third pitch.
A little odd, StatCast 3D. I mean, they put every single pitch right on the corner. There's a guy with some control. I think that might be misrepresenting. One and one.
I do like what Alex Cora, the manager of the Red Sox, did tonight. Connor Wong behind the plate, a young catcher through the system, their best defensive catcher, and you pair him with your top prospect out on the mound, 2 guys that have worked a lot together in the minor leagues, trying to make this transition or this game as comfortable as possible, and so far so good.
One and two on Marwin. Well, Bayo's just 23 years old, from Samana in the Dominican Republic. Made his major league debut on July 6th. Signed with the Red Sox in 2017 as a skinny 18-year-old, but he's filled out, picked up velocity. Last year was the Red Sox minor league pitcher of the year. Ground ball, Bogarts will make the play, and the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3 against Bayo. And we'll go to the bottom of the second, 0-0. Cortez is brought to you in part by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. By Cadillac, there's no better time to be in a Cadillac. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. By Burke Rehabilitation. Get back in action with Burke. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Like these shortstops, Noma and Derek. But that's a past era. Now, here we are in 2022. Go to the bottom of the second, 0-0. Yankees in first place, the Red Sox in last place. As Rafael Devers will lead off against Nestor Cortez. And a strike. Cortez struck out against Peralta to end the game in the 10th inning with the tying run at second base. Yankees won 7-6. That one is ripped to right field. It's a base hit. Hit so hard it gets by Cabrera. Devers will go to second with a leadoff double.
David, in the pitcher scanner report, you mentioned Nestor Cortez doing a really good job against left-handed hitters, but this is a hanger. And one of those pitches you're probably thinking, thank goodness he hit it on the line, because this could have went a long way. Cabrera thought he might have had a play just out of his reach. Gonna hustle it up and keep Devers at second base. You see coming out of the box, he's thinking two, he'll get there easily. Got a little giddy up in his step. A lot of that going around the month of September.
J.D. Martinez takes high. I was watching you yesterday, David. You've lost the hitch in your giddy up.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm walking straight now. I think Flash and I might walk back to the hotel tonight.
That's impressive.
A couple miles.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little cardio after the game, you know.
Will there be a stop, as John says, for an adult beverage?
Well, when you do cardio, you got to rehydrate at some point. So we're going to figure out where that is.
That's when a walk turns into a crawl.
3-0 on Martinez. He's going to be a free agent at the end of this year. And although his numbers are okay, his power numbers have disappeared, and that's concerning to a lot of the Red Sox people. And also a big question why, if they knew they weren't going to compete, then why not trade Nathan Eovaldi? Why not trade J.D. Martinez? They held on to those players. Be interesting to see if they keep them. And there's a walk to J.D. First and second, nobody out. And that'll bring up Rob Refsnyder.
Well, immediately when you have first and second, nobody out, a right-handed hitter facing Nestor Cortez, you're thinking cutter, in on the hands, try to get that ground ball to Donaldson or IKF to turn a double play. But when you get to the month of September, there's no secrets anymore. Opposing hitters, they know about that cutter on the inner half, and Nestor Cortez has done a nice job backdooring the cutter to get them off of that one inside. We'll see what he does here. There it is.
Let's take a look at the Indeed player resume on Rob Refsnyder. He's 31 years old, 7th Major League season, modeled a lot of uniforms, spent some time with the Yankees, and won the 2012 College World Series, and was the most outstanding player for Arizona. And the Red Sox call him their designated lefty masher. He's hitting .357 and slugging .554 against left-handers.
He could always hit. Trying to find a place to play was the problem, as he was an outfielder in college, was converted to second base, and now back to the outfield.
He actually came up with the Yankees as an infielder, and he credits Carlos Mendoza, who's the Yankee bench coach, for getting him up to the big leagues. But he said, as an infielder, I was terrible. He said, I stunk. But he can hit lefties. And there's going to be a place in a roster for him. The 1-2. Fly ball into right center. Coming on, Cabrera dives to make the play. 1 out.
You just can't say enough about this kid in right field. If you watching him play at the big league level, you would never realize he only had a handful of games in the minor leagues in the outfield. Refsnyder gets jammed. That's the toughest ball to get a read on. Full extension, lays out. And just another nice defensive play from Cabrera in right field.
I mean, the athleticism plays. He moves so well. It was a great replay shot there that he got a great jump too. Good wheels, good arm.
One 1-0 on Arroyo. One foul back.
The level of confidence for Aaron Boone to throw him out here in this ballpark. The toughest right field to play in the big leagues is Fenway Park. No problem. Aaron Boone has complete confidence.
10 defensive runs saved this season in 24 games. That's second on the Yankees, behind Jose Trevino's 17. And when you consider he hasn't been up here that long, that's an amazing stat. And just 3 games in right field in his career in the minors.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't imagine getting to the big leagues as an infielder and then, oh yeah, kid, we need you to play right field. It's hard enough to make the transition at the big league level anyway. He's handled it perfectly.
2-2. First and second, 1 man out. Swing and a miss. Went up the ladder and got Arroyo on strikes.
First and second, nobody out, and now all of a sudden, a nice play in right field, a punch out. Now Nestor got a chance to just get out of this when it looked like a problem with first and second, nobody out.
So here's Kike Hernandez. Devers still at second, Martinez at first. Now with 2 outs, we're in the bottom of the second. Each team with a hit. One and 0.
Kike Hernandez, a good fastball hitter, a dead pull hitter. In this ballpark, very dangerous. You can see Nestor pitching him very carefully these first 2 pitches.
That's a pitch for me, David, right there. The backdoor slider, sometimes the backdoor cutter. He gets so many called strikes because all these right-handed hitters are waiting for the fastball in, cutter in, and he just brings it right around the back door for a strike, right back in the count. Wanted to go back inside, left it out over the plate, but when I watch Nestor Cortes, it's like he pays attention to every pitch and the reaction. Where am I going to go next? Got to think that elevated fastball is in play again, just like to Arroyo.
Three and 2, so the runners will go 3-2, 2 outs. And the payoff. Fly ball left field. Who's going to get there? IKF is going to get there. Ranging far out into left field to make the play for the final out as Cortez works into and out of trouble. Kiner-Falefa with a beautiful play, and Cortez loves it.
State-of-the-art healthcare in New York City, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley. It looks like Aroldis Chapman is set to join the team in Milwaukee on Friday. Aaron Boone said he expects to activate him on that day. When asked exactly how he is going to be used, he said, well, we'll have to wait and see. Some of it will be based on matchup. You probably will try to ease him into it, but overall they like the way he threw the ball. Aaron Boone said he watched the video. His command looked good. His stuff looked crisp. As far as Zach Britton is concerned, he's back with the Rail Riders. He was expected to make an appearance tonight. Time will tell whether or not Britton makes it back this season.
Here is Jose Trevino to start off the third inning against Bayo. It's 0-0. Also, Meredith, Boone floated the possibility we could see Anthony Rizzo on Sunday in Milwaukee.
Michael, he was out in left field today doing some running. He also hit in the cage. I spoke to him for a quick second, asked how he's doing, and he said he's feeling pretty good right now. He's going to have a light day tomorrow on the Yankees off day, and then Scott Effross is expected to throw a live BP session in Milwaukee. Most likely Rizzo is going to be in the batter's box for that, so he'll see some live pitching. Depending on how that goes and how he's feeling, he could be activated as early as Sunday. Aaron Boone said they are not going to rush it. They are going to have a lot of conversations with Rizzo, make sure he's feeling okay and ramped up enough before they activate him. But man, what an asset that would be for the Yankees down the stretch.
You can see he's in good spirits. Big smile on his face in the dugout. So Trevino flies out to Verdugo and right. One away. Here's Hicks. 1-0.
The bullpen arms are interesting. Chapman will be back. Effross on his way back, and you start thinking about bullpen. The bullpen's been solid for the Yankees.
Yeah, there'll be choices, that's for sure. I'm interested in Britton. I'm not sure if he's built up enough. He's up against the clock. He's worked so hard to come back.
Yeah.
I think his velocity in his first couple of outings were in the low 90s, and if he's got his sink to it, he needs probably a little more than that. Be interested to see where he gets in terms of his arm strength.
Well, it's funny, David, because I think Britton, I think sinker. I don't think so much velocity, but it goes hand in hand.
It does. The velocity and the movement, and the lateness of the movement.
The 2-0. 2-1.
It's one of the things I love about the metrics now. We can analyze every pitch. It's not just about spin rate or vertical and horizontal movement. There's approach angles too. Vertical and horizontal approach angles that measure the movement entering the strike zone. Those are the certain things that you can pay attention to. And talk about the launch angle of the swing of the bat. There's also the angle of the pitch coming in that can be measured. Sort of late movement.
Ground ball. Charging is Hernandez, and he gets Hicks for the second out, and that'll bring up Judge. Judge with the ground ball at third to open up the game. So Judge comes into action today with 20 more home runs than Kyle Schwarber, who is second in the big leagues in home runs to Judge's 57. The last time a player led by that many home runs any calendar day in a big league season was September 30th of 1928, when Babe Ruth had 54 home runs and Jim Bottomley and Hack Wilson, well, they were in the 30s. Just amazing.
He's lapping the field this year.
2-1. Look at all the categories in the majors in which he's first.
OPS plus up to 209. You got to go back to the Barry Bonds years for that, and we all know that was the steroid era, and you can deal with that however you want. You know, that could be debated forever. We just haven't seen these type of numbers. That's why when you try to put his season in a historical context, when he's done, we'll have plenty of time to do it, but without a doubt, we are watching one of the greatest offensive seasons that we've seen in modern history.
And Judge works a walk, and more impressively, he just accepts a walk. Now, the debate is raging on. I'd say the majority of people say the Judge is the MVP of the American League, but there are some holdouts that are loud, and they are set in their ways. And one of them, surprisingly, is former Yankee pitcher CC Sabathia, who's close with Judge, and he says Ohtani's the MVP. He said he's the greatest player in the history of baseball.
Yeah, I'm shocked that this is even still a conversation. Maybe is it because we watch this guy every day? I'm not sure. I appreciate what Ohtani does. That is incredible, but I'm surprised it's still a conversation, Dave.
Well, there's no doubt that we're biased because we cover the Yankees and we watch him and get a chance to see him firsthand on a night in and night out basis. You won't get me taking anything away from Ohtani. He is remarkable. But I really do. I think we're watching one of the greatest offensive seasons that you will ever see. And the fact that he will win the MVP against a guy like Shohei Ohtani, who is arguably one of the greatest players ever, that shows you what kind of a year Aaron Judge is having. It takes a historic year to beat Ohtani, and that's what Judge is doing.
The 0-2. And also, let's say they're close, and Ohtani is having a great year. Well, then don't you go to the tiebreaker? Which team is winning? Which team is going to the postseason? Shouldn't that be the tiebreaker?
I'll defer to you when you're the writer, you're the beat writer, you're the professional here. We're a couple ex-jocks here, so what do you factor in? What is valuable? What does that mean?
It almost seems like they vote for the best player, but I say the value word means something. You have to be valuable, and your team has to go to the postseason. Stanton strikes out. We'll continue as we move along. Brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture was submitted by Jocelyn. She loves going to the stadium with her mom, the biggest Yankee fan she knows. Hi, Mom. Hat's a little small on Jocelyn, but it's a good look. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. He was here yesterday. I think he was sitting behind the Yankee dugout.
David and I might see that guy later.
Is that real? That guy was real?
He's real.
That's a real dude right there?
That's a real dude. He'd have to shave if he played for the Yankees, but that's a real Yankee fan.
That's not a fake wig. And
no.
No, it's that.
He's a lot farther from the plate than he was yesterday. He was right behind the Yankee on deck circle yesterday. Now he's in the last row of the monster seats.
Isn't that the way to do it at Fenway Park, though? You get up close and personal one day, and then you get on top of the green monster the next.
That's not Charlie Sheen? Are you sure? Come on.
Swing and a miss. I think that last row of the bleacher or the monster seats is ZZ.
On top.
Yeah, you're following me.
Wow.
Thank you. Here all week. There's Tommy Pham. You know, one more thing I want to say about the MVP. Judge leads in WAR. Everything in this game seems like it's based on WAR, wins above replacement. And I'll tell you something, Angel fans certainly used that argument when it came to Mike Trout. Ground ball is short. 2 away. So Judge has a 10 WAR. And Ohtani, when you combine hitting and pitching, I think it's 9-1. And again, when you argue this case, you almost seem like you're denigrating Ohtani. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're not. Incredible.
No. The degree of difficulty of doing both of those jobs is just like we've never seen, something that we really haven't seen. But in terms of overall production, that tells a story as well.
So Judge's WAR is at 9. There are 2 active players that have had WAR seasons over 10. Mike Trout, Mookie Betts. That's it.
So Ohtani's WAR, offensive WAR only, is in the mid-3s.
Ground ball to second. Torres is there. And that'll do it as Verdugo is retired. Cortez retires. The Red Sox in order, and we go to the 4th. From FanDuel Sportsbook. No runs on the board right now. Those are the totals. Right now, new customers can get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Download the FanDuel app and start making every moment more. All right, so 3 in the books here in Boston. On the Audi scoreboard, each team with a hit. But no one's been able to push across a run. For the Yankees, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 against the rookie Bayo. Torres has the only hit. 2-out single through the right side against the shift in the first inning. One and 0.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to our conversation. We were talking about Aaron Judge and Gleyber Torres and how they're getting ready earlier to hit, getting the leg kick out of the way, getting the foot down early. And you think, well, why doesn't everybody do that, right? It sounds so easy, but if you watch Gleyber, he's got a bigger leg kick. Other guys have smaller leg kicks, and it's just the ebb and flow of a season with your mechanics trying to get on time. Sometimes you're late, and then you try to get going early, but you're too early, so you're stagnant, and you have nothing left to fire with. So right now, Gleyber's in a good spot. Judge has been there all year long, a magical season. It's just not as easy as get ready early and you're going to start laying out line drives.
That's a great way to put it. It's a timing mechanism.
Yeah.
For a pitcher, the equivalent would be get the ball out of the glove a little quicker, get ready to throw a little quicker, get your arm out and up.
Three and 2 on Torres.
That's what I talked with Mel Stottlemyre, the late great Mel, the pitching coach and pitcher for the Yankees, was just that. The timing mechanism about when to break your hands, how to get ready to throw quicker.
And I'm assuming you make adjustments, right? Maybe you don't go glove over your head. You lower it a little bit so you can get the ball out a little bit quicker.
Absolutely. There's all sorts of subtle little adjustments that you can make to get yourself ready to launch. Either launch the baseball and throw it, or launch the bat and hit it.
Yeah, in your case, you did it on a bullpen mound. The hitters do it in a cage hours before the game.
Lays out another line drive, a base hit in front of Ref Snyder.
Yeah, this is a really good week and really good signs if you're a Yankee fan from Gleyber Torres. The 2-strike hitting is back like we saw as a younger player. Look at how early everything is down and just uses his hands. That's Gleyber when he first came to the big leagues.
Full 2-strike approach there.
Yep.
We haven't seen that one in a while. No leg kick at all. That's confidence right there. When he does that, he's feeling confident that he's able to do it.
There's Josh Donaldson.
Okay.
Chin music.
All right. Now, we were told that this young right-hander is wild. There are plenty of walks, but This is the first we've seen of it in this game.
Just a tremendous movement, arm side run there.
Donaldson taking some time to settle down, collect his thoughts. Only now climbing back in the box.
Well, here's the timing. See how Gleyber gets his foot down so early. All that's left is recognize the pitch and use your hands. Slow it down even more. Ready to hit. The foot hasn't even come down from Bayo. You got to feel like you have all day to recognize spin, recognize location, take care of it.
Waved at that one. 2-1. A strange at bat for Donaldson in the first inning. He swings at the first pitch and lofts a medium range fly ball to center, and he did a bat flip. Now, I don't know if he thought the ball was out or if that was a bat flip out of disgust that he missed a pitch. Maybe that was something that Bayo saw, but I think he's too young and doesn't have enough control to even think like that.
Yeah, that was just, he lost the movement on that pitch.
There's a strike, 2-2.
One of the telltale signs with a pitcher that's trying to throw at a hitter or knock him down is it's straight at him. He aims at him, the ball's straight. A two-seamer that runs like that, he just lost it. And there's what Michael's talking about, the first pitch.
And the bat came halfway.
Almost looked like it stuck, like there's a pine tar on his glove. It almost stuck a little bit.
Time was called. And the catch is made by Refsnyder. So what we heard then was Donaldson saying time, and he wasn't granted it by Marley.
Yeah, that's a frustrating at bat all the way around. You get one up and in to start it, then you get a couple of close pitches that you don't get the benefit of the doubt on the calls from Nick Marley behind the plate, and then you want time and you don't get it granted. So that's a frustrating one. Right, and to Marley's credit, it was right there, right? Right when Bayo was coming down the hill, Donaldson asked for it, he didn't get it.
Here's Cabrera, who struck out in the second. Well, he does take some time on the mound.
That was almost a play from the dugout there where it's just the hold sign. Hold and step off to see if Gleyber's tipping whether he's going to run or not.
You know, when they put the pitch clock in, John, everybody thinks it's the pitchers that are going to struggle. Will the hitters struggle?
Well, CC Sabathia is the one who told me. He went to the minor leagues, part of MLB, and kind of did some research on it. And when I saw him at one of the Yankee games, he told me, he said the hitters are going to have more of a problem with this than the pitchers. And I agree with them because they're so used to stepping out, taking their time, regrouping. And you're going to start seeing guys like Aaron Judge anchor yourself in the batter's box and get ready to go.
Now, David, I also read, I've been reading everything about these rule changes, that pitchers might not be able to throw as hard because they don't have as much time to like reset and collect themselves and again go max effort if you have to do it in 18 seconds.
Well, I think the maximum velocity, maximum effort relief pitchers are going to have to make adjustments. Yes, it's a valid point.
And also with runners on base, it goes to 20, but you only have 2 throws over to first, so that becomes a chess match as well. More strategy in the game. Popped up, shallow left, and it's going to be in there for a base hit. Devers could not get there. And moving to second is Torres, and a bloop single for Cabrera.
That was trouble the whole way, Flash.
Well, this is one of those ones you're going to shift in Major League Baseball. You see everybody on the right side, and Devers has to go a long way. You know, the old days, this is a shortstop play, and it's not a very tough play, right? If he's playing traditional shortstop, Devers, no chance.
But the ball at Fenway Park, because there's not a big upper deck, always comes in more than you think it does. So Devers overruns this. This ball's further inside the line than he thought it was going to be. He actually almost got there, just went to the wrong spot. And we see that time and time again, especially in left fielders. They'll run over to the line to catch a fly ball, and they got to scurry back inside the line to make the adjustment.
So here is Connor Falefa. We're in the fourth inning, first and second, one out for the Yanks. First base runner in scoring position. And Bayo deals low and inside. And the runner goes to third. The throw to third. A beautiful block by Devers, saving a run. An awful throw. Somehow he kept it from going past him. Otherwise, Torres would have scored, so both runners move up.
We'll take a look. Heads up base running by Gleyber Torres. A throw back to the pitcher. A little lob. Bayo rushes it, and you're right, Michael. Great play by Devers, but a heads up play also by Cabrera getting there. Boy, that's paying attention right there. A catcher who's kind of lobbing the ball back nice and easy. A young pitcher who maybe is a little lax out on the mound. Second and third, one down.
Wow. Opportunistic and gutsy.
Red Sox will give up a run on a ground ball to short or second. They'll come home at the corners. Outside first, foul ball.
Guys, I'm having a little flashback. This happened to me when I was behind the plate, and I used to have the little Flaherty flip back to the mound. Didn't like to really shoot it back there fast, and playing in Dodger Stadium, they took advantage of that same type of deal. Right when I threw it back to the pitcher, runner goes to third. Boy, is that embarrassing. You feel like everybody's looking.
Yeah, I had Mackey Sasser as a catcher with the Mets, and I had to walk halfway to home every pitch.
You know what my first thought was? The advanced scouts got me. Those guys who were sitting behind the plate, they watched me flipping this ball back and flipping it back, and they picked the right time and took advantage of it.
Two one. Now, did you flip it back because you were a little yippy, or is that the way you flipped it?
No, see, in the minor leagues, I would rocket it back to the mound every time. Then I got to the big leagues, and it became a little bit more stressful, is the right way to put it. And then I had a situation in Tampa where I threw a ball back to the pitcher warming up out on the field. The mounds are out on the field, and the pitcher didn't react quick enough, Albie Lopez, and it almost drilled a fan right in the face. And I started thinking about it from that moment on, and then the rest was just, how can I, little shot put back to the pitcher. I struggled with it at the end of my career.
2-2, swing and a miss. That was a pretty good pitch to strike out Connor Falefa 2 away.
A hard guy to strike out. Connor Falefa is so good at contact in these situations. Actually has really good numbers in runners in scoring position because of his contact rate. But that was a dandy. That two-seamer had some serious movement down and in.
Effectively wild, right, David? I mean, he's not like all of the one pitch of Donaldson, but everything else off the corners with good movement.
So here's Marwin Gonzalez, grounded to short in the second. They have three infielders on the right side. 0-1. Well, the young, wild 23-year-old that we're expecting has not appeared on the mound yet. He seems pretty much cool, calm, and collected and in control.
Now we know the Red Sox aren't going anywhere this year, but this right-hander is probably going to be around for a while, so the Yankees, they're paying attention in that dugout. You're going to see this guy moving forward the next couple of years, try to get a read on him.
Oh, 2.
Well, this is Marwin last night getting on top of that fastball up and away. And we talked about it, a bench player who's starting to get 4 at-bats a night. As a veteran guy, you're going to see the swings get better and better. Tough spot here, behind in the count 0-2, just trying to put the ball in play. Pick up a base hit, couple RBIs with 2 outs. Not an easy assignment when you're behind 0-2.
Well, you've got Devers shaded up the middle. There's no one close to Gleyber Torres. He's almost halfway to home plate. So if the ball gets away just a bit from Wong, Torres will try to score. He can't attempt now a steal of home with 2 strikes because obviously Gonzalez has to protect the plate. And now Bayo is chasing him back. He's annoying Bayo.
Yeah, I like it. Gleyber Torres is doing exactly what he should be doing. If Devers isn't going to be anywhere close to him, he has liberties to go down the line. He actually, when Wong threw that ball back, he scooted a little bit further down the line. Bayo went over and charged him a little bit. And if nothing else, the focus is now on Gleyber Torres and not Gonzalez.
Exactly, and that's what you want.
Yep.
Any distraction you can provide.
So 2-2. Now you could take a lead as far as the third baseman is off the bag, which is about 70 feet. I think Bayo could just step off and run right at him at that point, but he could certainly extend this, and he has at times. Ground ball. Charging Hernandez, underhands to first, and that will do it. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, the Yankees flashing some leather. IKF goes to his right. The throw across a diamond. Cabrera in right field. Full extension to make that play. And then another one from IKF. Running a long way as a starting pitcher appreciates the defensive support behind him.
Audi scoreboard, bottom of the 4th. The Yankees have 3 hits. The Red Sox have 1. Neither team has a run. It will be Bogaerts, Devers, and Martinez here in the 4th. Cortez deals. Wrap foul.
I was just thinking to myself, Bogaerts struck out on a fastball right down the middle that he was late on. He's coming up here. He's not going to let that happen again.
Well, Garrett Cole gave up 3 home runs yesterday, and the one that he said was really great hitting was the one by Bogaerts that kind of snaked around the pesky pole. He said that was great hitting.
Yeah, that would have been a home run in 7 parks, including Yankee Stadium. And that pitch right there, that's the last piece of the puzzle for Nestor Cortez. That changeup fading down and away there. Doesn't use it a lot, but it's getting better. It's a great compliment to the rest of his repertoire.
Strike three, and Bogarts knew it. One out.
One pitch leads to another. It's easy to look at pitches in a tunnel and say, well, you should throw this pitch more or this pitch more. You got him out with this pitch. Well, the previous pitch set up that fastball. The changeup before sets up this one, and look at that. He's just caught looking. That's got a lot of the plate. No argument at all. Head down, back to the dugout.
There's Devers. Boy, he had a rocket double to right field in the second. Big cut there, 0-1.
I know the gun only says 92 miles an hour, but you can hear that fastball has a little zip on it.
Yeah, crisp.
Yeah.
Red Sox scratching their head a bit with Devers. Had a great first half of the season, hitting .324 with 22 homers. Since the All-Star break, 201 with 4 homers. He's a much better player than that.
He's had some injury issues, had some shoulder issues. He's played through some pain. It's one of the things that you just never know unless you're inside that clubhouse. Last year, DJ LeMahieu was that story.
You saw Devers running the second on that double. You could tell he's definitely favoring something.
2-2.
Well, we talked about that pitch clock, and Nestor Cortes isn't going to have a problem with that. He gets on the mound, works fast, throws strikes, change speeds. Every old school pitching coach, that's what they preached. Kind of love the attitude. I'm going to get you or you're going to get me, and it's not going to take very long to find out which way it's going to be.
He is fearless on the mound.
We saw some of the defensive plays behind him tonight. The infield defense especially appreciates a pitcher working fast.
Oh, he got him. Little Tiante in the home of Tiante.
Wow.
Improv theater here at Fenway Park. This is a new one here. Dipsy Doodle. He's just inventing it right now. You wonder, he just invented that right at the last minute. There's no doubt about it. It's not like that's something you work on in between starts, right? You just make it up as you go. And not for nothing, it takes a pretty good athlete to do that sort of balancing act out there. I would have fallen right on my face if I tried to do that. That's a new one.
Now, I believe one of the Yankee minor league systems, I believe it's Somerset, they gave away a Nestor Cortes. It wasn't a bobblehead, it was a bobble leg because of moves like that.
Yeah, I like it. Perfect. The key to those sorts of things, the trickery, the hesitation pitches, is the element of surprise. Save it for when you really need it against a hitter like that.
Strike three. What an inning for Cortes. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and striking out the side while it's happening. We go to the 5th inning, 0-0. Thank you, Bob. Let's go around the majors. Justin Verlander expected to start Friday. He's been on the IL with a calf strain. That'll be a nice pitcher for the postseason. The LA Angels will finish 500 or worse for the 7th straight season, longest active streak in the majors. And Bo Bichette is raking. 13 games, hitting .482 at the most important time of the year. He deserves that water after that inning. Here's Trevino leading off, and there's a strike. You don't think his teammates appreciated that? And you're right, David. He invented that as he was pitching.
Yeah. Totally improv.
Yeah, I think he just shrugged his shoulders like, yeah, just came up with it, just felt right. You know, this time of year we always start thinking about October and, you know, how are guys going to react. Listen, Nestor Cortes isn't going to have a problem with that, right? Nothing seems to bother that guy.
Bayo wanted this one, but it was outside. Swing and a miss. Trevino is struggling. He's 0 for 2 tonight, 3 for his last 32.
You're right, Flash. The slider really is something that we didn't expect.
We heard about the sinker, we heard about velocity, the changeup, but the slider has been a plus pitch tonight. A lot of swings and misses.
Good spin. Almost 2,600 RPMs on that slider. That's well above average.
Aaron Hicks takes a strike. Doesn't love the call.
Yankee dugout chirping.
Low, 1-1.
Sort of the art of how you ask that question, right? That's not down instead of that's down. The interpretation of whether you're arguing balls and strikes or not, or just asking the question.
Did you ever get in the middle of that as a catcher and say, yeah, it was a strike? Just antagonize the hitter?
You know what, I would let the hitter and the umpire go back and forth, and then maybe later on I would say, don't let him talk to you that way. You're calling a great game tonight. You're on top of it. Don't let him get you thinking about it.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah.
Now, you probably wouldn't do that when Albert Bell was in the box.
I was scared of that guy. He's the guy I was legitimately afraid of.
Wasn't it Fernando Vina that he bulldozed?
Yeah, he tried to tag him and complete a double play. Probably not the best idea. You got to go with the Olay and get rid of it.
1-2.
He was almost a Yankee.
Yeah.
Albert Bell.
Oh, right through Bogarts into center field as Hicks will reach. It was hit well, but Bogarts knows he has to make that play. So Hicks will be on first base with Aaron Judge coming up.
I think he got handcuffed a little bit here, maybe on the hop. Just looked like he got fooled somehow. Almost like a changeup. The ball was, it wasn't, the exit velocity was kind of almost broken bat sound. Like he thought it was going to get there a little quicker. Got fooled.
Here's Judge, 0 for 1 with a walk, and that scored an E6. Pitch outside. Now, we have shown Judge throughout this game just staring intently from the dugout at Bayo, trying to pick something up. Let's see if he has. Two 2-0.
You know, listening to Garrett Cole last night, and you see this pitch as a strike that is not called. And Garrett was talking about what a pleasure it is to watch Aaron Judge every day do what he's doing. And, you know, it made me think, you know, I was lucky enough to play with Wade Boggs when he got number 3,000.
Broken back ground ball. Nice play there by Bogarts. Throws to second. They don't get either. Late at second, late at first, and the Yankees have runners on first and second.
Well, Bogarts falling all over the place. Had the error on the Hicks ground ball, the hot shot. This is a broken bat. Nice play going to his left. Hicks got a great jump, and everybody's safe.
It's got to be a hit, right?
Yeah, I would think so, yep. Pitching coach Dave Bush goes out and talks with Bayo. And they do give him a hit.
Clearly beats the throw there.
That's when you're Aaron Judge standing at first base and you give Aaron Hicks a little nod. Nice job. Way to get a great jump. And I don't think Bogarts, even if he made that play and came up and fired to first,
no,
you're not going to get Aaron Judge.
Not from deep in the hole on the full dive.
So now first and second with one man out, and here's Stanton. He had struck out twice against Bayo. Big cut. 96 miles an hour. And right there, those two pitches, that's been the problem, because since coming off the IL, he has not been able to catch up with the fastball. Then he cheats a little bit, and then if you throw a change, he's way out in front.
And also the feet are moving a little bit all over the place, which, you know, we saw that when he first came off the IL. Then it looked like he was finding it a little bit, but uncomfortable tonight.
Dialed it up to 97 as Stanton takes.
You can see even after the pitch is delivered and the take, he's kind of fallen back on his heels a little bit. So balance is not great right now for Stanton.
Hicks at second and Judge is at first. We're in the fifth. 0-0 Yankees and the Red Sox. Strike three. Stanton down looking. Caught him with the slider. Stanton not thrilled with that call.
Well, just well-designed pitches all across the board. I think you got to give Bayo a lot of credit here, and that's right on the edge. A perfectly executed slider after a two-seamer, a changeup, a four-seamer, and then a slider. All four pitches in his repertoire, all of them thrown perfectly. Stanton got worked over.
So here's Gleyber Torres. He is 2 for 2 against Bayo. 2 of the Yankees' 4 hits. They tried the pickoff at second. Hicks is back. Line drive, it's a base hit to right field. Charging is Verdugo. He comes up throwing. Here comes Hicks. He'll score. Moving to third is Judge. And the throw gets by the first baseman Arroyo. Judge will score. Here comes Gleyber Torres. He's coming home. And the throw is not in time. A Little League 3-run home run. And it's 3-0 Yankees.
A lot to unwind there,
There's a
Flash.
lot to digest after this one. Well, first things first, Gleyber Torres stays hot. And the approach is middle of the field the other way for the last week. And that is a rocket to right field. Verdugo comes up. The throw is offline. Wong behind the plate throws wildly down the line. And that's going to enable Aaron Judge to score easily. Now the only question, Gleyber Torres, can you make it? Head first slide, and he's in there.
And Donaldson loops one into right center field. That is going to dunk in there for a base hit.
Well, first things first, another really good swing from Gleyber, as Flash said. Secondly, Gleyber gets a little lucky here because he gets caught off, so a good throw there probably ends the inning. At that point, Michael's right. It's a Little League home run. And Gleyber, all you got. Watch Aaron Judge's reaction at the end.
Well, Aaron Judge also telling him what side of the plate to slide to. Good fundamentals there. Aaron Judge down to the, get down to the right side.
Big cut.
Been that kind of year for the Red Sox. Compounding the situation with poor play defensively. Gleyber hitting bullets to right field all day long.
Now, if you're keeping score at home, it's an RBI single for Torres, and the other 2 runs score on the E2.
Boy, those 2-out base hit, those RBI base hits with 2 outs. If you're a young pitcher, you're 1 pitch away from 5 shutout. Gleyber Torres is continuing his hot hitting, clutch hitting.
So 2 big errors in this inning for the Red Sox. One by Bogarts and one by the catcher Wong. So all the runs will be unearned, but they count on the scoreboard. Nice play there by Arroyo, and he gets Cabrera. And red hot Gleyber continues. We're halfway through. It's 3-0 Yanks. Mayhem moment. We just saw it.
Well, mayhem is perfect for this play. Bullet to right field. Here comes the throw from Verdugo. It is offline a little bit. Hicks scores. Wong comes up with it. Gleyber gets caught in no man's land. Aaron Judge is going to score easily. He's waving home. Luis Rojas waving Gleyber home. Here comes the head first slide. Judge encouraging him to the right side of home plate, and everybody celebrates. You're right, David. Gleyber got away with it because the proper base running play is to continue to second base to make sure that run scores.
That's what I was curious about, is after the hit, Gleyber, rounding a little far, and Kiki Hernandez sneaking in behind.
Line drive right field. That's a base hit in front of Cabrera. So Ref Snyder with a single. So the bullpen is getting busy. Zach Kelly warming up. So it's 3-0 Yankees, bottom of the 5th inning. Speaking of relief pitchers, David, a rough outing for Jerry's Familia yesterday, and before he got to the clubhouse, he was designated for assignment.
Cold-blooded, right?
Wow.
To the left, to the left. All your things in a bag to the left.
Foul back here, 0-2 on Arroyo.
Well, David never used to have to worry about this, as you see the GM for the Red Sox. But David, when regular players like me would get to the month of September back in the day, you'd be like, oh, all right, rosters are expanding. I'm not going anywhere. Now with the roster only expanding a couple of spots, players can still get designated, released, sent down during the month of September.
It's a great point. It is no small thing. And Michael, you've talked about this a lot over the last couple of years, and changing that particular rule and not being able to expand your roster all the way out to 40 men is a difference maker, without a doubt. And it's going to affect the Yankees this year as well in terms of all these relief pitchers that are on rehab assignments. How do you get them back up on the roster, get a look at them, evaluate whether they're ready or not?
Well, when they would allow the expansion to 40, it just became an unfair game. It was played differently than it was in the first 5 months of the season, as Arroyo swings and misses. One away, and then the teams with more money would go to 40, and the smaller market teams wouldn't go to 40. They might go to 30. Here's Kike Hernandez. Fly ball in the center field coming on as Judge. He's there to make the play. Out number 2.
Nestor Cortes has done it pretty easily, as you see the pitch count, 22 in the second inning. He's only up to 54. He threw 58 his last time, so this is exactly what you wanted to see. Nestor coming back off the IL, his second start. He looks like the Nestor Cortes who made the All-Star team.
Here is Connor Wong. That one is ripped to left field. It is a base hit. Goes up against the monster. Playing it out there is Hicks. Hustling around third is Refsnyder. He's coming home, and the throw is way wide. Backing up Cortes. He fires to second, and Wong gets back with an RBI double.
Wong has had his problems behind the plate, but he's aggressive early in the count and drills this to left field. We'll see if Aaron Hicks had a little trouble here. Obviously, the green monster is right up on there. The throw is going to be wide as Refsnyder was hustling all the way around. But not a guarantee that a runner from first base is going to score on a double to left field at Fenway with the green monster right there.
Yeah, Hicks playing way over, though, kind of pinching the gap, so he had a long way to go.
Sneaking in at second, and Wong gets back.
It's where you're taught to float there, and Nestor gets in the right spot. Get a little deeper maybe, though. But he sees it, adjusts, and just wings it down to second base.
Yeah, I would worry about that with any other pitcher except Nestor Cortes. You can throw from any arm angle.
Red Sox have a run. Yankees lead 3-1. Runner at second base. 2 men out here in the bottom of the 5th. Pham takes inside, 1-1. Clark Schmidt warming for the Yankees. And a strike, 1-2. Pham, 2 ground balls to short, so he's 0 for 2. Two. He has 7 strikeouts in 4 2/3. First pitch strikes, 14 of 19, and 3 3-ball counts. Yankees have 6 hits, the Red Sox 3. Yankees lead 3-1. Red Sox have 2 errors. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fly ball, shallow right. Judge calls off Cabrera, makes the play, and that'll do it. Red Sox get a run, 2 hits, 1 man left, 5 in the books. The Yankee Stadium one last time this season, and there are still some great seats available. You're not going to want to miss a moment of the action when the Yankees battle Boston in a big 4-game series, September 22nd through the 25th. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today, Yankees.com, and join the Yankees as they chase for 28. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard as we go to the 6th inning. The Yankees lead the Red Sox 3-1. 3-6-0, leading 1-3-2. And Zach Kelly is going to take over for Brian Bayo. This will be the 7th game for Kelly. I'll tell you what, David, you have to be impressed with Bayo. You can see why he's so highly touted.
Yeah, the stuff is there. It moves all over the place. Certainly command is the issue for young pitchers. When he harnesses it, boy, it's tough to hit. Looks like his pitch design's pretty good, too. The two-seamer and the changeup inside to righties. We saw it to Stanton. That slider much better, as Flash noted early. Much better than we thought it was going to be.
And a strike to Kiner-Falefa as we start the 6th.
Well, the final thing on Bayo, body language. Like he belongs. He feels like he belongs. And with that stuff, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he looked confident.
Yeah.
Zach Kelly made his major league debut on August 29th. A few days later, he and his wife Brittany had their first child, so that's a pretty eventful week. Foul back. He's looking to get ground balls, Kelly. That's his game. Marwin Gonzalez on deck. Outside.
So, Flash, if you were doing play-by-play on an Aaron Judge historic home run, would you practice the call the night before? Would you have something prearranged or scripted, or would you just do it organic?
Well, I don't know if I'd be in front of the mirror saying "see ya" or any of that stuff,
Right.
but I definitely have some thoughts in mind on when the moment happened, how it would develop.
I mean, they got a new sign here at Fenway. I mean, there's a new line up here in left field you could use.
Yeah, whoop,
Whoop.
there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably doesn't work, though, right? See is better than that.
Don't know what I will say. Well, you have a camera in my room? I mean, they
You're
stand in front of the mirror. and
In the
just
mirror,
see ya.
yeah, practicing your calls.
Sure.
I used to practice my pitching motion in front of the mirror in the
I
hotel room.
used to do my stance, of course. Nothing wrong with that, Michael. I'm proud of it.
Inside, so Kiner-Falefa walks to open up the 6th.
You know, now they got the cameras on the booth, so you know you never know where they're always watching. So you make a big call, the body language, and you got the camera right on you too for social media later.
I'll have to put a towel over that. Well, you sound like you have some suggestions. do
No,
you?
I was just noticing the whoop sign up there, and it's a new thing here at Fenway, way back over the green monster.
Just to the left of the famous Sitco sign.
I mean, we've seen so many changes at Fenway over the years. You tend to notice little things. There it is.
Whoop. It is amazing. They have used every half inch of real estate at this ballpark that opened up in 1912. Runner goes, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Kiner-Falefa.
Well, Connor Wong is the best defensive catcher in the Red Sox system. A strong throw right there. Made this a close play. Stolen base number 19, right on the money. IKF just beats it.
How did IKF stay connected to second? But he did. Strike 2-1 to Gonzalez. Nice changeup way out in front, 2-2. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the 6th. Yankees lead 3-1.
You know what you could do, Flash, is you could pull a Howard Cosell on Michael. If there's a historic home run, you could just jump all over, stomp on him like Howard Cosell did on that Chris Chambliss home run.
It's a great idea. Then you'd have to hear about it on his radio show, how Flaherty jumped all over my call.
Have I said a word about O'Neill doing it for 21 years?
My greatest broadcasting moment ever was Derek Jeter's 3,000th hit. I was working with Michael, and right when that hole at bat, I just moved back in the chair and said, "It's all yours, big boy. Go get him." If anybody's going to screw this up, it's you. It's not going to be me.
Grounded
and
foul.
He nailed it. Nailed it.
You know, he reminded me of that day, David. The meme of Homer Simpson just going back into the bush.
Yep. Sometimes you have to know when not to say a word.
That was a heck of a move. Keith Jackson and Howard Cosell. Chris Chambliss has just won the American League pennant.
By the way, a wall scraper that just got out, right?
Completely jumped him in the middle of the call.
The 2-2. Nubbed in front of the plate. Nice play by Wong, holding IKF at second. One out.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. As a catcher, you just taught on a play like that, make eye contact with the base runner and freeze him. And then the rest of the play is easy. Gonzalez out in front, eye contact with the base runner, complete the play.
It's always amazing to me, a round baseball and a round bat, and you can hit it off the end with a full swing, and it only goes 2 feet.
You know, Wong was part of the deal that sent Mookie Betts to the Dodgers. He was part of the return. 26 years old, second big league season. Verdugo was part of that deal as well, but many good players, as they might have gotten back, they didn't get back Mookie Betts. There's a strike. One and one.
Well, we've seen Trevino at his best. He's drilling the ball to right field. Now when you watch him a little bit, especially on that strikeout his last at bat, he's leaking just a little bit with that front hip. Everything going towards third base. See if he can get back on track, middle of the field the other way.
Yankees lead 3-1. 1-1 count on Trevino, who is 0 for 2. Hicks on deck. Pickoff is at second. Ball gets away. It gets away in front as the first baseman Arroyo retrieves.
I think we've seen more of these type of plays this year than I've seen in a while. I know on the Yankee side we've seen it, and I'm a fan. It's something I wish I would have done a better job of when I was playing, is pickoffs or keeping runners closer, especially at second base.
High fly ball, left center field. Ref Snyder back. He's on the track, and he's going to play that one off the wall. Scoring easily is Kiner-Falefa. It's an RBI double for Trevino, and the Yankees lead 4-1.
Well, a big smile on Trevino's face. He's been struggling lately. You know what cures the struggle? When you get a hanging breaking ball that just spins middle of the plate, and you watch this, middle in doesn't do anything. And Trevino, who I mentioned, is pulling off a little bit because of that. He's right on time with a hanging slider. The only question at Fenway Park, would it get over the green monster or put a dent in it? That's going to be a double and an RBI.
Teammates appreciate it, and here is Hicks. Judge on deck. Blocked by Wong.
Yeah, David, I want to get back to that. You said you wish you would have done a better job with the running game and runners on it. And I'm surprised to hear that, because Mel Stoudemire, as a Yankee pitching coach when I was here, would preach to the pitchers, don't worry so much about the guys on base. You have good enough stuff that you're going to strike the next guy out. So I'm kind of surprised to hear you say that.
Yeah, I think that you're leaving something on the table, you know, and not only just picking runners off, keeping runners closer. I think the element of surprise, there's nothing better than you get a big pickoff or a big out to get you out of a jam in an inning.
Or even a situation right here, if you can keep Trevino just a little bit closer to second base, maybe you give an outfielder a chance to throw him out at the plate.
High fly ball, right field. Verdugo makes the catch. Trevino's not going anywhere. 2 away, and that'll bring up Judge.
3-run game. Alex Cora saying, go get him. Go get him. All right.
Judge 1 for 2 with a walk. Infield single, run scored. Staying away, 1-0. Trevino on second, 2 men out, 4-1. Yankees over the Red Sox. That one is ripped to left field. It is a foul ball. Not much foul territory down there, but he found it.
Michael, you know, came into our booth today was Dennis Eckersley, the Hall of Famer, and he was talking about Aaron Judge, and it wasn't the home runs that he was raving about. It was the batting average, and he said the guy doesn't swing at a ball off the plate. How does he do it? How does he not swing at these pitches that are just off the plate? So, at the respect of a Hall of Famer.
Big cut through a fastball. 1-2. Strike 3, Judge down looking. As Kelly hits the outside corner. Yankees get a run on 1 hit. 1 man left. Pretty good framing there. Judge didn't like it. I can see why. Three-game set in a couple of weeks. And Toronto trying to inch closer to the Yankees, but Toronto's winning, and the Yankees are winning on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Yankees up 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Nestor Cortez still in there. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the Red Sox order, starting with Alex Verdugo. A lot of people have contacted me and said the bobble-leg giveaway was actually at the Yankees AAA affiliate at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And all it is the leg bobbles instead of the head for Nestor Cortez. 1-1.
Well, we'll see how far Aaron Boone lets Nestor Cortez go. You got Verdugo from the left side, and Xander Bogaerts, who he struck out twice, and then Devers. As that pitch count now at 62. I was thinking I'd like to get him in the 70s at some point during this outing, stretch him out.
Well, out of those 63 pitches, as you see, Clark Schmidt is ready. He started warming up last inning. 44 have been strikes, so a 70% clip.
Now, at the end of the top of the 6th inning, Aaron Judge had a very long but calm conversation with the home plate umpire, Nick Marley. Doesn't argue much, but he was making his point that that was not strike 3 that you just called on me, as Verdugo starts up the 6th inning with a walk. And now walking out to the mound is Aaron Boone. So he's at 65 pitches. Clark Schmidt is ready. And that is going to do it for the Yankee left-hander. Pretty good outing for Cortez. Second start off the IL. Yankees lead 4-1. It's a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, Nestor Cortez came out and did what Nestor Cortez has been doing all year, really. Set up his fastball well. He threw 39 fastballs out of 65 pitches, and then improv theater on a tough hitter. Broke that one out at the right time. Did some painting. 13 cutters, 12 sliders, threw one changeup tonight, and it was a good one. I think he could probably feature that a little more. Like to see that in the future, but nonetheless, 5 strong for Nestor as he walks the first batter in the 6th inning here, but 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, only 3 hits.
And the one bobble leg pitch was probably your favorite pitch of this series.
It was great, perfectly timed.
So here's Bogaerts against Clark Schmidt. Now, the Yankees have another arm in the bullpen tonight, Domingo Germán, because Luis Severino is coming back, and he will slide into the spot where Germán was starting. So that's another pretty good arm in that bullpen.
Can't wait to see Luis Severino, because I think if he's right, he's a big piece in that postseason rotation along with Nestor Cortez. Changes the whole dynamic for me. If Luis Severino's throwing in the upper 90s with his secondary pitch mix, he's a difference maker.
Nice slider there by Schmidt. Count 0-2 on Bogaerts.
Yeah, that's a pitch for me that I've seen from Clark Schmidt that I really like. Look like it's improved. It's tighter, more confident coming out of the bullpen. A different attitude of a starter and a reliever. Out of the bullpen, you kind of come in, pound in the strike zone, and quickly ahead 0-2 with 2 really good sliders.
3 really good sliders as Bogaerts strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 1 away.
Well, the Yankee pitchers have talked all year long about the whirly. You want to know what a whirly is? That's a whirly right there. A slider, sweeping slider. Looks like a strike and it's gone. Makes a left-hand turn.
Lucas Litke is up. So now Schmidt against Devers. Devers 1 for 2, a double and a strikeout. Bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Yanks. Fouled away.
Clark Schmidt is really taken to this reliever mentality, and you know, obviously he's probably going to be a starter in the future, and you don't know where that's going to end up playing out. But when he comes out of the bullpen, it's fastball, slider, kind of tightens up his repertoire, and he's more aggressive, pounding the strike zone. And he's a weapon for multiple innings if Aaron Boone needs it.
Yeah, that's a great point, Flash, because now he's got a breaking ball he can throw for a strike, and then one he can miss with, as we just showed.
Caleb Ort is ready for the Red Sox.
I always tell young pitchers, you know what, take that mentality as a reliever into your starts. But it's not that easy because you're thinking, I got to go through a lineup a couple of times. I got to pace myself a little bit. Can't go max effort, but out of the bullpen you can. Here it is.
More of the knuckle curve to the lefty.
Swing and a miss. There it is.
Wow.
2-away.
The difference between those two breaking balls. You saw him to the right. He's the whirly that was breaking more side to side. This one more depth and down. High quality pitch to a high quality hitter. 84 miles an hour and over 3,000 RPMs on that knuckle curve right there. That is elite.
Here's J.D. Martinez, runner at first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Blocked by Trevino.
Listen, the Yankees want to win this game, but you're coming down the stretch here the last couple of weeks. See the opponents 3 for 33, 16 strikeouts versus that curveball. Listen, Aaron Boone, the coaching staff, the organization, they're thinking about October. And the bullpen decisions are going to be real. So every time Clark Schmidt gets an opportunity, it's an audition. And he has not disappointed. I'm going to be fascinated to see how the bullpen plays out for that postseason roster.
And the fascination is going to start when all the injured players come back.
Yep.
And those relievers. Who's leaving? There's a strike.
Well, if you're just judging on pure stuff, the stuff is real for Clark Schmidt. And all the metrics and all the measurements show that with him. The last piece of the puzzle, like you said, Flash, is confidence and command and which role he's going to fall into.
Martinez talking things over with Morley. Didn't like the call. Fastball strike. 1-2.
Aaron Judge shaking his head in center field. Darn right.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. How about Clark Schmidt? Comes on with a runner on in relief of Cortez. And what does he do? 3 straight strikeouts. First one, Xander Bogaerts. That was on a slider. Devers, knuckle curve. Fastball right by him, and Nestor Cortez likes being relieved. Time for trivia. So let's see. Who are the 4 Red Sox to win a batting title since 2000? One's in the game. Cadillac scoreboard. Yankees lead 4-1 as we go to the 7th inning at Fenway Park. New pitcher, Caleb Orb. Or check that, Caleb Ort. This will be his 18th game. Too many walks in 21 1/3 innings. And here is Stanton. Both Stanton and Judge have not liked the strike zone of Marley. And they've made it known. Neither of those players has ever been thrown out of a game. Oh, and 2.
I watched some of these pitches to Stanton, and I think back to a longtime veteran umpire, Durwood Merrill. That's a Hall of Fame pitch, is what he would say. And those pitches are right on the corner. That one's right down the middle. Stan having a tough night.
Golden sombrero, 4 strikeouts.
Well, we've reached a time in Major League Baseball where 99 miles an hour is ho-hum. Oh, yeah, another guy throwing 99. Right down the middle, right on by.
So here's Gleyber Torres, 3 hits tonight, 3 for 3. This guy's throwing gas.
And David, it's a good point. I remember standing on deck here at Fenway Park, and if you saw 95 miles an hour back my rookie year, you were like, whoa, this guy's bringing it. Now you don't. That's a below average major league fastball. You don't even give it the time of day.
And it shows you he throws that hard, and he's 30 years old, and he's only been in the big leagues 2 years.
Yeah, there's always some questions on the technology that measures velocity over the years. It's been great changes. Do you get the velocity out of the hand or at home plate? When I first broke in Flash, we had a thing called the ray gun, which kind of got more the measurement closer to home plate. It rated probably about 3 to 5 miles an hour slower than what we're seeing in today's game. This velocity is right out of the hand.
And down goes Torres. By the way, the Yankees had Caleb Ort in their system. He spent 3 seasons in their farm system from 17 through 19, and he got as high as AAA. Then the Red Sox took him in the 2020 Rule 5 draft.
David, I remember back in the day when coaches would tell you to develop arm strength, it was play long toss. Throw the ball a long way and try to develop some strength. And then remember a guy in Tampa Bay named Greg Sparks was throwing weighted baseballs, and we were like, what's this guy doing? Now that's just commonplace in today's game.
There are certainly a lot of pitchers that are using the weighted baseball, using very aggressive techniques to build velocity. And what comes with that too is a higher risk and more arm injuries, more Tommy John surgeries. But for some pitchers who are on the margin, who might not make it even to the big leagues,
nothing to lose.
It's a chance worth taking.
Well, he spent the first half of the season as the closer at AAA Worcester. Called up in July. He was up and down a couple of times, and he returned for good on August 29th when the Red Sox released Hirokazu Sawamura. Fly ball into right center on the run. Verdugo makes the play to retire Donaldson for the final out of the 7th. Yankees go down in order against Ort. 1, 2, 3. Time for the 7th inning stretch at Fenway Park. Yankees lead this one 4-1. Summary 4-7-0 for the Yanks, 1-3-2 for the Red Sox. Cortez pitched into the 6th inning, pitched well. Brian Bayo pitched 5 innings, 3 runs, all unearned. Torres 3 for 4, Little League home run in the 5th, and Judge 1 for 3, a run scored and a walk. Can you even imagine, David, having the same catcher for 325 starts?
It is remarkable. Those guys are both just gems. You know, I saw on social media, Flash, that there's a special helmet painted for Molina to use today. It was gorgeous. They commemorated the event.
You know, David, Michael and I were in St. Louis, and Benji Molina was doing a little radio work for the Cardinals, and Yachty played a day game after a night game, and I went over and said, well, how's this guy doing this? You know, and he said, listen, he'll go out there and catch Wainwright with a broken leg if he has to make sure that they get this record. And they probably don't even need pitch comm, right? I mean, they've been doing it so long together, read each other's minds, know exactly what they want to do.
Almonte pinch hitting for Ref Snyder, falls behind 0-2 on Schmidt.
Get the feeling that Molina is definitely driving the bus there, right? You're following the lead, and it was kind of ironic too that Jordan Montgomery talked about following Molina's lead and using more four-seam fastballs, and how he was discouraged by the Yankees from using that.
Soft ground ball on a quasi-check swing. Almonte is retired.
We got a little pushback from Matt Blake today on that issue, especially.
Oh, they want to give us the answer to the trivia question in a hurry. Who are the 4 Red Sox to win a batting title since 2000?
Noma.
We got 1. How about Manny? Bill Miller and Mookie Betts.
Should have got Mookie. Bill Miller, but yeah, that was that was the trick right in the middle of that question.
They
Good
might
pick.
have a 5th. Bogarts is battling with a rise in Judge for the American League batting title. And here is Tristan Casas. Had a big home run yesterday against Cole. Pinch hitting now for Arroyo.
Bill Miller, Mariano Rivera's kryptonite. Whenever he came up to the plate, he had Mo figured out like nobody else. He would never try to pull the cutter. He'd always stay inside and fight it off the other way.
Real unsung hero,
Yes.
right? And some of those Red Sox teams that broke through.
Now on this date in 1968, Denny McClain won his 30th game of the year for the Tigers. There's a strike, and he became the first 30-game winner in the big league since Dizzy Dean did it in 1934. And you know, you talk about unbreakable records. Nobody's winning 30 games anymore.
No.
They won't allow you to do it. You only get 32 starts. I don't even know if that many people are going to get to 20.
That's a good point. I mean, the leader right now, as we're in the middle of October, middle of September, is 28 starts.
Ground ball, Donaldson gets Casas. Hey, Friday night on Yes, the Yankees are in Milwaukee for the first of 3 against the Brewers. Don't miss a single at bat as Aaron Judge continues his chase for history. Coverage begins at 7:30 with the pregame show, and the first pitch is scheduled for shortly after 8 on Yes and the Yes app. And Milwaukee has a lot to play for. They're, I think, coming into today 2 games behind San Diego for the final wild card spot in the National League. Ground ball, Donaldson. And a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for Clark Schmidt. He's retired all 6 Red Sox he's faced. We go to the 8th. Hudson River Derby as NYCFC hosts the New York Red Bulls at Yankee Stadium. Coverage presented by Etihad Airways begins at 12:30 with kickoff just after 1 o'clock right here on Yes, New York's most watched sports network. Hyundai scoreboard 4-1. Yankees lead the Red Sox. Almonte takes over in center field. And Casas takes over at first base. Edward Bazardo, the new Red Sox pitcher. This will be his 5th game. Pitch inside to Cabrera. Foul back. Two and one.
I saw Harrison Bader hit a big home run tonight in his rehab outing.
It's all coming together as the injured return, and the Yankees have kind of fought off both the Rays and the Blue Jays. After tonight, just 19 games remaining, and if they win, they're going to be 6 up in the loss column over someone. So things have fallen into place a bit. Line to right field. Verdugo makes the play. Now, Meredith, do they have plans for Harrison Bader yet?
They do, Michael. He'll likely have the day off tomorrow, and then Aaron Boone said they want him to play back-to-back days in the field, so he'll get the start in center field. He's DHing today. You mentioned the home run, David. Runners on the corners, hit a 2-0 pitch to left field, so it looks as though he's starting to see the ball pretty well down there in the minor leagues. Just a couple of rehab games under his belt. He told me before he left he knew he would need at least about a week of games, hopefully not too much more.
Lined into right field, it's a base hit for Kiner-Falefa. That's his first hit of the night. Loaisiga getting ready. Here is Marwin Gonzalez. Well, after that bad stretch since September 4th, the Yankees are 7-2. And there's a strike. Gonzalez is 0 for 3. Another sellout here at Fenway, 36,581 on this Wednesday evening. Runner goes, pitch is high, throw to second, not in time. Second stolen base of the night for Kiner-Falefa.
Yeah, that makes it 20 stolen bases on the year and a great jump. A perfect pitch to throw on for Wong, but it's not even close. An easy stolen base for Kiner-Falefa, and 20 is a nice round number.
So he gets in the scoring position, 2-1 count on Gonzalez. Grounded foul. One on, one out. Yankees lead by 3, 4-1. And Bizzardo deals low, so the count is full.
Did I see Joe Ellsbury sighting on there? That graphic, Gardner and Ellsbury are the last two.
Yes, you did.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
There it is.
That's okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw right there. I miss Gardy.
You don't miss Jacoby.
No, I didn't mean to be mean or anything, but I was just surprised to see that, you know, we know he had his troubles and his injuries.
3-2. And a walk to Gonzalez. Well, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So Dave Bush quickly out to the mound, joined by the infield and Connor Wong.
Is that a little harsh, Flash? Was that a little, came off a little harsh there?
No, it was just an honest reaction to seeing a graphic.
Okay. That's the way I meant it to be.
I thought it was a graphic reaction to seeing a graphic. So here is Trevino. Doubled off the Green Monster in the 6th inning. Drove in a run. Those guys been driving a lot of runs and running a lot too. Reliving all of it.
Yeah, that's the Little League home run right there.
There's a strike. Well, he is so much more animated the last, I don't know, week or so.
You're laying out line drives. Everything's much better. Yep, this is what I'm doing. I'm getting ready early. I'm throwing my hands at the ball.
The thing you can never lose sight of is how hard it is to play this game. Especially us up here in the booth. It's easy up here as former players. And how fleeting confidence can be.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Trevino down on strikes, 2 away.
It's an easy thing to do up here in the broadcast booth is forget that. And how hard it is to hit pitches like that. How hard it is just to play this game. In some respects, harder than ever. The talent level, the velocity from the pitchers.
Here's Aaron Hicks. Reached on an E6. So he is 0 for 3, but does have a run scored. And that E6 by Bogart's kind of opened up the gate for the 3-run inning in the 5th inning. One and one.
So one thing about this game, and I tell people, if you play it long enough, I don't care how good you are, you're going to be humbled at some point. Aaron Hicks has gone through his struggles this year. Everybody, as you play it long enough, you're going to go through it.
Ground ball first base. And that'll do it for the Yankees in the 8th. No runs a hit. 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. On Yes Anywhere You Go, plus get second screen features like Watch Party and free pick and play games. We can win big cash and prizes. Scan the QR code on the screen to download the Yes app now. Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees lead 4-1, trying to sweep this short 2-game set. 4-8-0, leading 1-3-2. And Jonathan Loizaga will take over. Perfect 2 innings for Clark Schmidt. 6 up, 6 down, 3 strikeouts.
Well, Jonathan Loizaga clearly right back in the middle of the circle of trust. Got to figure that, you know, Clay Holmes on the back. Loizaga in this role in the 8th inning. And kind of things are starting to come together in terms of the pecking order.
Reese McGuire pinch hitting for Connor Wong. Fouls the first pitch back as we start the bottom of the 8th.
Anytime you get a jam, just bring in Wandy. Magic Wandy, he'll get out of the jam somehow.
That was a base hit to left field. Pinch hit single for McGuire.
McGuire is liking his time with the Boston Red Sox. He has been raking ever since he's come over here, and this is not an easy pitch to stay on and drill the other way. Great look from the side, the leg kick, the head down. Red Sox trying to get something going here in the 8th.
Sometimes big league hitters hit good pitches.
So McGuire at first, held there by Gonzalez. Back to the top of the order at Pham. And a strike. Pham grounded to short twice and a fly ball to center. That's his 0 for 3. Red Sox have 4 hits. Yankees have 8. Yankees lead 4-1. Curveball drops in there for a strike. 0-2.
That's Loiza's version of the whirly slider that's been floating around the Yankee universe this year. If he gets that one over, he's got a dynamite 1-2 punch.
Well, the Blue Jays have beaten the Rays 5-1. And that matchup tonight, one more game to go in that series, a 5-game series. Just missed on the outside corner, 2-2.
So was this a good take, or was he just locked up?
He had no chance. That left hip left, and he was hoping for the call.
So yeah. He's going to play it off, but really he was beat.
Chopped in the hole, a base hit. McGuire will stop at second. It's a single for Pham. Now first and second, nobody out for the Red Sox here in the 8th.
The Babbitt gods are smiling. Another ground ball. Right in the hole. Tommy Pham can hit a fastball, and he's always been quick, middle in.
Now Blake will go out and talk with Loizaga.
It'll be one of these conversations, David. If you watch Loizaga and every pitch he threw this inning so far, they've all been quality. And he's got first and second, nobody out. McGuire hit a good pitch the other way. Pham laid off 3 breaking balls. Very easily could have swung at them or been called a strike, and then rolls one through the hole. So don't change a thing. Stick with your game plan. Stuff is good.
That's exactly what Matt Blake told him. Or should have. Could not agree more. And kind of a little test here for Loizaga. Trust your stuff, keep throwing pitches.
Yep.
First and second, nobody out.
And here's Verdugo.
Part of the lineup, Verdugo, Bogarts, Devers, and nobody is getting loose in that Yankee pen.
1-0. Yankees lead by 3. Verdugo 0 for 2 and has walked tonight. Chop toward third. Donaldson steps on the bag 1. That's all he'll get. And Verdugo reaches on the fielder's choice.
You got good stuff. Stick with it. You got a ground ball there. Could have been a double play. Donaldson, I think, did the right thing. You take the out. You go to work on Bogarts.
Keep making pitches, keep throwing strikes.
Bogarts 0 for 3 tonight, 3 strikeouts.
Interesting here, the matchup. Bogart's always been tough in this yard, quick middle in, good fastball hitter. Let's see if they try to maybe pitch away or throw sliders, or if you throw that sinker in, you better get it in there.
Fly ball shallow right, coming on Cabrera. He's going to have to play it on a hop. And he fires the second, not in time. It's a bloop single for Bogarts, and the bases are loaded.
Well, you called it, David. If you're going to throw that 2-seamer in, get it in off the plate, and he did. Bogarts just gets jammed. And it looked like Cabrera had a pretty good jump on that too. Just a jam shot, base hit. And again, Loaizaga, you got good stuff. Giving up 3 hits in this inning. They've made up good pitches the whole inning and not a whole lot to show for it so far.
And that brings up the dangerous Devers. Bases loaded, 1 out. Devers 1 for 3, a double and 2 strikeouts. '99 right by him, 0-1. First chance for the Red Sox faithful to get into it here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They have not had much to cheer about.
Well, when we've seen Devers at his best, he can hit the ball with power to all fields, but he's pulling off right now. He was waving at that fastball away.
Hit that twice. And the count 0-2.
See the approach, sinker away, changeup away. Devers' front hip is leaving, coming around. Now what do you do, David? Do you show him in to go back away, or you just stay away?
The problem is you don't want to make a mistake with a guy who's leaking like that.
Yeah.
Clearly he's looking to leak and pull.
Ground ball, first base. Gonzalez, it gets by him. 1 run scores. Everybody's safe. And it's 4-2. Yankees lead. That'll be an E3 on Marwin Gonzalez.
Goes changeup. Leaves it on the plate, and Devers hits it pretty hard. That's a play that Marwin Gonzalez certainly should make. Just handcuffs him.
Well, he'll get an RBI, even if it's scored an error, which it should be, because you can't assume the double play. And here's J.D. Martinez, bases loaded, and it is an E3 on Marwin Gonzalez. Verdugo at third, Bogarts at second, Devers at first. One and 0.
J.D. Martinez, a really good off-speed hitter with runners in scoring position when it's over the plate. You can throw him off speed, but it's got to be off the plate, down and away. Loaizaga has dominated this matchup, 0 for 8.
Ground ball, shortstop. They get 1 on to first, not in time. And another run scores, and now the Yankees lead by 1. Very close at first base.
Well, you thought you had a chance because Martinez does not run well, but he hit this ball so softly that IKF has to come in, throw back across his body, and Gleyber continues to play with the strong throw. Ooh,
whoa!
Did he get the base? It didn't look like he did.
And the Yankees don't think he did. They are going to challenge. Did his toe get the base?
New York is challenging the safe call at first base.
I don't think it did.
He didn't get there.
Well, right now it's 4-3. If they overturn the call, it returns to 4-2, and that would be an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play.
The fans here reacting and watching the scoreboard, thinking that he hit first base because the timing would have shown that he would have been safe, but he never reached it with his toe.
That's an easy call. And a significant one.
That blown up. And the only question, does he have some dirt on his toe, which is touching the bag, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. It looks like there's some daylight.
The look on Martinez's face right now, he's like, am I going to get away with this? I don't think so.
It is certainly a big call.
After the review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner short-stepped the base and is out. New York will retain their challenge.
Well, Martinez knew that better than anyone. He knew he didn't touch the base. So that'll do it for the Red Sox. Boone's waiting for the decision. Yeah, he likes it. As we go to the ninth, Yankees up by 2. Homegrown, the path to pinstripes, and get Oswald Peraza's reaction to his big league call-up. Plus, see the newest Scranton rail rider, Anthony Volpe. Watch Homegrown, presented by Wendy's, Friday night after Yankees coverage on Yes. All right, fans, go to @YesNetwork on Twitter and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it number 1, this guy Aaron Judge? Number 2, Gleyber Torres. Number 3, Wandy Peralta. So Judge will lead off. Ryan Brazier is the new pitcher for the Red Sox. And the crowd here at Fenway chanting MVP. Judge 1 for 3 with a walk. And a strike. 57 home runs for Aaron Judge. And those are the numbers on Brazier. This will be his 60th game. Strikeout per inning with 12 walks. McGuire takes over behind the plate. Outside, 1-1. Well, big challenge. Overturns the call at first base. J.D. Martinez did not step on first. So a 6-4-3 double play ends the bottom of the 8th inning with the Yankees up by 2. Big cut. 1-2. Brazier deals. 2-2.
Right down the middle.
Yeah, well, it's butchered, though, is the problem. As McGuire reaches up and takes it out of the zone, that's what you call anti-framing.
Ooh. 2-2.
Aaron Judge swung at a fastball up out of the zone or the top of the zone. You thought they might go back. McGuire setting up, goes back down for a slider, and that was a mistake. Aaron Judge missed it.
Two and two as Judge leads off the 9th inning. The Yankees lead 4-2 over the Red Sox. They won 7-6 in 10 innings last night. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball right by him at 98 miles an hour.
Give Brazier credit. Going right after Judge.
Wanted it elevated, and it really wasn't. Aaron Judge working underneath a little bit more tonight than I remember last night. Good look from the side, underneath the baseball, trying to get it up in the air.
Here's Stanton. He has struck out 4 times tonight. Count 0-1. Clay Holmes getting ready. Lined into center field. And it's over the head of Almonte. And it'll go to the wall. Stanton gets himself a double.
Well, if you're Giancarlo Stanton, you take that rocket into your day off tomorrow and you build off of that. 4 strikeouts earlier in the game, but he gets on top of the fastball. And Almonte, outfielders will tell you, the ball hit right at him. The toughest to judge, and that is just hit too hard right over his head. And again, another look from Stanton. You take this rocket into your off day tomorrow, you build off of that. As LeCastro is going to pinch run for him.
You know, we tend to talk a lot about spin rate from the thrown ball. Spin rate off the bat matters too. Not only the exit velocity.
Gleyber Torres takes a slider for a strike.
That ball was over 113 miles an hour off of Stanton's bat, but only about 677 spin rate RPM. So it was almost like a knuckleball. Really sailed on the center fielder.
1-1 on Torres.
You hit the ball right on the button. You know, hitters talk about backspinning a baseball to try to get carry. Sometimes you hit it so squarely, it's almost like a knuckleball. That ball really sailed.
One. 1-2. Red Sox have really struggled defensively tonight. The 2 errors led to 3 unearned runs. That's the difference in this game. The Yankees this year have been great defensively. Over 100 defensive runs saved. Last year they were -11. That's how much of an improvement they've made.
It's amazing how things go hand in hand, right? When you look at pitching staffs overall that make a big leap forward, it usually goes right with the defense converting outs on the ground especially.
High fly ball, deep center. Almonte back on the track at the wall. He can't handle it. He dropped the ball. LeCastro will score easily, and Gleyber Torres at second. The Yankees with a 5-2 lead.
Well, if you're Gleyber Torres, you want to bottle these swings up and just keep it rolling the rest of the way. Drills this ball to center field. Almonte, you see there's the nooks and crannies out there with that wall that is what could be pulled up out there. I think batting cages used to be out in center field. Almonte gets all caught up, makes a great bid, but can't come up with it right off the heel of the glove.
Had to go a long way, backing into the garage door out there.
That's what I was looking for, the garage door.
Up and in to Donaldson.
Well, that's the difference between Stanton's ball and Gleyber's ball. That ball had backspin on it. It really carried.
This is an easier try for Almonte. And he makes the catch. Gleyber tags and goes to third. He'll make it. You know, I didn't give the Yankees enough credit for their improvement defensively. Last year, they were -41 in defensive runs saved. Now they're over 100 on the plus side. Well, fans, stay tuned after the final out for the WB Mason Yankees postgame and get highlights, analysis, and complete reaction from tonight's series finale. Plus, Aaron Boone on the manager's report and a look ahead to the weekend series in Milwaukee against the Brewers. Glaber's at third. Cabrera's at the plate. Brazier deals. 0-1. Oswaldo is 1 for 4 tonight. There's a strike. Now that's the part of the ballpark that's bigger than any part of the ballpark at Yankee Stadium, because that fly ball by Gleyber Torres is long gone at the stadium. And he also thought it was long gone. That's why he only ended up at second, not at third. Pitch is high.
Tough air. Had to go a long way to catch that. It's a home run in 18 ballparks, Michael, to your point.
I didn't even realize they gave him an error. Wow.
Yes.
So third error for them. That is tough. I mean, it's a ball a really good center fielder is going to catch, but that is a tough error for a home player.
Yankee Stadium is not one of those parks that's a home run, though. But
really?
Yes.
It's so close to the 420 sign.
Yeah. Well, there's an extreme angle there from the garage door to actually get to 420.
I stand corrected.
.407 feet. That was by the time it hit the heel of that glove.
So 407, that's to the right of dead center field at Yankee Stadium. They say that would not have gone.
Absolutely. That's what StatCast says, yes.
I disagree with StatCast.
You're not the first.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Cabrera down on strikes. Put out is at first. Yankees get an insurance run. They lead 5-2 going to the bottom of the ninth.
Down again in the fifth inning, your Chevy play of the game. Gleyber Torres base hit to right, but that's not the whole story. The wide throw. Wong with the wide throw. Now Gleyber Torres is on the move as Aaron Judge scores easily. Here comes Gleyber, the head first slide. The Little League home run is your Chevy play of the game.
All right, so the Yankees lead 5-2, 5-9-1 over 2-6-3, and they will go to, they haven't really said who the closer is, but obviously it's Holmes. They'll go to Clay to try to pick up his 20th save of the year and his 25th opportunity. So here is Almonte. Almonte was actually in the Yankee system for 7 years, from 2006 through 2012. And just had a rough inning in center field. There's a strike as he dramatically tried to get out of the way, but it was a strike. 1-1.
Let her high.
Two and one.
We saw Clay Holmes in last night's game, a little scattered, got the job done. We'll see if he is a little cleaner here tonight, back-to-back games.
3-1.
Up and away, now yanks it down and in. Obviously with a 3-run lead, you want to pour that sinking fastball middle of the plate and let it work for you. Take your chances.
Could see him fighting to make adjustments midstream.
Three-one. There's a strike. 3-2.
You will see the Yankee catchers, Trevino in this case, set up middle of the plate. You're not going corners. You just want Holmes to pound the ball middle with his sinker. Let it move and take your chances.
Fly ball left field. On the run is Hicks. He's going to turn and play it off the monster. Almonte running hard, goes into second with a double. It hit off the ridge at the top of the WB Mason sign on the Green Monster and bounded straight up rather than right to Hicks.
Even with that being said, you better be safe in this spot if you're Almonte. A lot of singles off of that wall, and Hicks does make a good throw, and it's close, but he is safe. See there, a little bit of eyeballing it, but he's going, and that's all he's got right there. Bang, bang.
Here's Casas. And there's a slider strike, 0-1.
You think back to the first half with Clay Holmes, though, you couldn't get a ball in the air off of him, right? There was so much down heavy movement. So to see Almonte get underneath that, drive it in the air the other way, that's a red flag.
One and one on Casas. He pinch hit in the 7th inning for Arroyo and grounded out the 3rd. Tap slowly, gonna be a tough play. Donaldson fields and gets Casas for the first out as Almonte moves to 3rd.
Well, that's more like it if you're Clay Holmes. That's what we saw the first half of the year when he made the All-Star team. A lot of weak contact, balls pounded right into the dirt. Nice play by Donaldson coming in, and the accurate throw comes around it, fields it cleanly, gets a grip, and right on the money.
Knowing who's running, too. Casas got some power in his bat, but he's not known for his wheels.
Trevino getting ready. And here is Kike Hernandez. Almonte at 3rd. And a strike.
You know, you're on the mound in this situation, Flash, and you've been there behind the plate calling pitches, trying to read the pitcher. I'm out there fighting, trying to make adjustments. My sinker's a little off. I got to go to sliders here. What do you call? How do I make the adjustment? You got a split second to figure all this out and process it.
Chop over the middle. A run will score. Torres gets the out, and the Yankees are an out away. They lead by 2, 5-3.
Good adjustments. His sinker's back. A couple good ones there. But you're right. I mean, you're behind the plate. You're like, wait a minute. What do I call now? I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
I got to find a way to get him back on top. And sometimes it's the slider, but the slider he threw wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So it's, listen, you're going to trade that out for the run. Take your chances with that two-seamer down and get another weak ground ball and get out of here.
So here's McGuire, and the pitch upstairs. a strike, 1-1.
There's a prime example right there where the catcher's reading that and said, I didn't like that first sinker. Let me go with the slider, get it over, let's get a strike.
And I say you try to get your sinker baller out on top and get that movement, and you try to call a slider to get him to do it, but sometimes you ask him to shorten his stride so you get on top a little bit better.
Yankees a strike away from sweeping the Red Sox here at Fenway.
That's where I like the idea with the pitch comp, where you could have sort of a verbal exchange with your pitcher, where you could punch a button and give him some sort of piece of advice.
Holmes deals, swing and a miss, and that'll do it as the Yankees beat the Red Sox 5-3, and they whittle the magic number to win the East down to 14. Another big night for Gleyber Torres. Aaron Boone's liking what he's seeing, and on to Milwaukee.
3 straight sliders, so you know what Trevino was thinking there, and he got him through it. Good, the best one was the last one. Another look. That was quicker, and that one got in underneath the hands. Big 2-game set here for the Yankees.
Yeah, we see the reaction of the Yankee dugout. We saw the reaction of Aaron Boone, who loves it. And last night, it was Aaron Judge with 2 home runs and Gleyber Torres. Tonight, it's that guy. Gleyber Torres is locked in. Looking forward to see how he finishes the season off.
So the Yankees win a game without leaving the yard, but they leave Fenway Park with 2 victories here in Boston. We'll come back, wrap things up, post-game after that.